The college football season doesn't kick off for another 2 months, but we already got some pretty wild bulletin board material. While speaking with On3, Florida State quarterback Thomas Castellanos opened up about a number of things. One thing in particular really stood out. It's one thing to call out another team months before you play them, it's another when that team you're calling out is Alabama. Before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel, so make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. One of the more intriguing quarterback transfers from this offseason was Thomas Castellanos, who transferred from Boston College to Florida State. He had an interesting career with Boston College as he looked like a potential star in 2023, but he ended up being benched and left the program in 2024. He heads to Florida State, who was arguably the worst Power 4 team in all of college football last year. Well, he's looking to turn that program around, and credit to him, he thinks he'll be able to. He spoke with Pete Nakos of On3 and had a number of really interesting things to say. We'll get to all of them, but I want to get to the quote that is generating a lot of headlines already. In case you didn't know, Florida State will open up their 2025 campaign by hosting Alabama. As of right now, the Tide are a pretty big 14-point favorite to win that game. Well, here's what Castellanos had to say. "I'm excited, man. People, I don't know if they know, but you go back and watch every first game that I played in, we always start fast. I dreamed of moments like this. I dreamed of playing against Alabama. They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me." Yeah, I know Alabama isn't exactly the dominant threat that they were under Nick Saban, but I don't think they're going to have a problem stopping Castellanos. You know, the guy who just lost the starting quarterback job for Boston College. Now, I'm all for players talking smack and trying to be confident. I actually love it. I think it's great for college football, but usually that works if you're one of the better players in the entire country. And I'm not even sure if Thomas Castellanos is a top 10 quarterback in the ACC conference. I had to go back and look at the numbers because he said if you go back and watch every first game I played in, we always start fast. Well, in 2023, Boston College opened their season with an overtime loss against Northern Illinois. In that game, he completed only 13 of 28 passes for 140 yards. He did have 3 total touchdowns and had 70 yards on the ground, but they lost to Northern Illinois. In 2024, Boston College beat his new team in Florida State by 2 scores, but in that game, he had only 10 completed passes for a whopping 100 yards. Yeah, I don't think those numbers are going to cut it against Alabama. He then proceeded to hype himself up by how he did against the ACC. "I feel like I tore the ACC up by my damn self for the last 2 years, and now I'm with a squad. I hope people don't think that Florida State is going to be the same team it was last year because we have weapons. People just can't sit back in zone coverage and watch me." I'm not sure if there's some multiverse where he was playing against different ACC teams, but here's how he did against ACC opponents last season. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, he threw for 100 yards against Florida State. Against Virginia, he did throw for 250 yards with 2 touchdowns, though he did have 2 interceptions. Oh, and that was a loss. Against Virginia Tech, they lost by 21. He did throw for 200 yards with 2 touchdowns. Then in a loss against Louisville, he completed under 50% of his passes for 160 yards, though he did have 3 passing touchdowns. Then against Syracuse, he completed 2 of 7 passes before he was benched and didn't appear in a game the remainder of the season. Now, Castellanos is right, he is going to have more talent around him at Florida State, but he wasn't really lighting up the stat sheet last season to begin with. He also pretty much shat on Boston College and pretty much said that the reason he sucked last year was because they didn't have a good team. Boston College wasn't the school for me. I wasn't able to be myself, and I had to try to make myself be something that I wasn't. I just didn't like it. Bill O'Brien and I butted heads early in the season. I got banged up a few games. We had a meeting and it kind of blew up in my face. I did so much for that program, and I did everything that I could, and I just wasn't repaid the right way. According to the article, Castellanos wanted to get back to playing his style of football. When he left Boston College in the middle of November and made plans to enter the transfer portal, he wanted to go somewhere he felt comfortable and where he could make an impact. He admitted that he felt very limited at times in the Boston College offense. First off, Florida State's been the school I've always wanted to go to. It's my dream school. I just feel like it's right. I remember the last time I went to a 2-10 team and had a successful season. I wanted that challenge to come over here and turn this thing around and get it back to where it needed to be. And plus, I feel like I had a pretty good season or 2 seasons there at Boston College. I feel like if I did what I did over here, then I'll be way bigger. It'll mean a lot more at Florida State. I didn't have nearly as much talent as I do here. I didn't have the guys, but over here, I have some of the best athletic guys. I'm not the fastest one on the team over here. I'm not the most athletic guy on the team. So just being around these guys and just instilling in their heads the winning mentality and what we can do. They got the team, they got the guys. All they needed was a leader in place to lead them. Again, it's really just funny saying they have the right leader to lead them when you literally gave up on your team last year because you got benched because you were a terrible quarterback. I mean, this is coming from a guy who averaged 1,800 passing yards and 17 passing touchdowns over the course of a full season. For a lot of really good quarterbacks, those will be the numbers you post at the halfway mark, not over the course of a full year. I don't think Florida State is hoping to get those kind of numbers out of Castellanos, but actually, maybe they are. Just with how desperate they were, and the same way for me. If this doesn't go right, then who knows? But I just liked how desperate they were. They could have gone out and gotten any quarterback in the country with NIL, and they chose me. Just excited to be where I wanted to be from the get-go. Mike Norvell believed in me to be his quarterback and be back with Gus. This could be it, right here. All they need is one season and 1 year. I feel like I have the skill set to be one of the best. Now I just have to turn this thing around for these guys, for this community, this fan base, and the staff. I'm not just playing for Florida State. I'm playing for coaches who are fathers and who have homes and families here. I'm trying to save jobs and win. Again, this is just crazy coming from a quarterback who hasn't really accomplished all that much at the Power 4 level and was benched from his team who wasn't that great. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I absolutely love it when players are cocky like this, but you gotta be able to back it up. And with everything Thomas Castellanos said in this video, well, he has a lot to back up. Not only is he gonna have to back up what he said against Alabama by going out, having a great game and beating them, he's gonna have to prove that he is in fact the real deal, he was the right choice for Florida State, and he's gonna have to put up Heisman caliber numbers to get Florida State back to where they need to be. I know for a fact that Florida State is gonna be better in 2025 than they were in 2024, but that really isn't all that hard to do. In order for Thomas Castellanos to back up his talk with production, Florida State, they're probably gonna have to win like 8 or 9 games at the absolute minimum based on everything he said so far. Now, who knows, maybe we could look back on these quotes in January and be like, damn, he was right this entire time, props to him. But I got a feeling we're gonna be looking back at these quotes in January thinking, boy, did we all see that coming. Well, that wraps it up for today's video. What are your thoughts on Thomas Castellanos calling out Alabama and pretty much saying he's going to be the guy that can take Florida State to the promised land and get them to that next level? Whatever your thoughts are on this entire situation and all of his fantastic quotes, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos leading up to the start of the regular season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm, and it helps share this video and my channel with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.